everyone, so today I'm back with, I guess you could call it a 2-product review. For starters, I wanted to seriously get to reviewing the No Filter Concealer from Colourpop. I have quite a couple, I'll just grab them really quick. So I have 5 of them with me, as you can see here. They come in this plastic tube, which is basically mostly white and silver in aesthetic. It's a clear tube so you can see the actual colour of the product. I just wanted to try these 2 concealers specifically before I did an actual review on what I wanted to test, which is the All Hours Foundation. So this is going to be a little bit of a everywhere kind of a review because I did want to try the concealers without any foundation, but also try the All Hours foundation. So what I'll do is on the right side of my face, I'll be trying the concealer. I'll be putting it under my eye, you know, kind of perfecting the face with the concealer, and on this side I will leave it bare so that when I try the foundation, you guys know sort of the coverage abilities of this foundation. So yeah, let's just get into it. Okay, so really quickly, this is how my skin looks. It has nothing on it. I just, you know, kind of tone my face, that's about it. So I'm going to use light 20. I'm going to go on the right side of my face. Maybe I'll do the left side actually. So the left side will be with concealer, the right side will just be foundation, but because, you know, I wanted to see the coverage abilities and my right side typically has more acne. So yeah, I'm going to do it under my eye first. To show you guys the coverage abilities of this concealer. Oh my goodness, it's freaking phenomenal. I think also attributed to using a damp sponge, but it blended out so beautifully and so seamlessly, which is something that is blowing me away at this point because it feels very much like a foundation consistency, but it's so high coverage. As you can see, everything has been neutralized, and definitely if I tried the foundation on top of this, you won't be able to see the coverage abilities of the YSL foundation. But yeah, as you can see, it just like looks really skin-like. I mean, it doesn't match me super well because I am typically darker, but this matches my face really well, which is, you know, typically a lot lighter. So the coverage is really high, but when you do use a damp sponge, it kind of loses its opacity. But yeah, just now with that whole side of my face, I only dipped into the bottle, or you know, like the concealer tube once, and that covered like half my face. So I'm just gonna put it here where I have a little bit more darkness, and maybe here where I have an additional blemish. You can see the difference. This is where there is no concealer, and this is where there is the concealer, and like the product name is, it basically means no filter, but it makes your skin look like it's really perfected. And you guys know my camera style is just very true to what it is. It's not enhanced in any way, so this is really what you will be getting with the concealer. We'll be moving on to trying the All Hours foundation from YSL. So I'll be trying it on my right side. Actually, I'll just do my whole face at this point so that we can see the coverage abilities as well as the finish. So I'm just going to shake it up. This is what the product looks like. Okay, so this is the consistency of the foundation once it's pumped out. Actually looks really smooth. It's not super liquidy, and you know, it's running down the back of my hand, but it still has some form to it. So I'm thinking that this has quite a high amount of pigment. And yeah, let's just get to applying it. can see how that completely neutralized all my problematic areas. If you can see a few more scarring peeking through, typically you guys know that the reason for that is because my scars are purple in discoloration. I always repeat this, and you know, if anything has discoloration of a color tint, you do need a color corrector. If not, they still will show in your foundation. But as you can see today, we're going for a very full coverage appearance, and it's not hard to achieve with this foundation. Actually, if you just go crazy, I mean, use about one full pump on your whole face, you'll definitely achieve quite a high coverage immediately. But if you use a little bit less than a pump, you can still achieve quite a natural finish. I feel like this isn't the most natural looking foundation. It does look like you're wearing something. On camera, I don't think so, but definitely in person, I can tell that I am wearing some sort of product on my face. It does blend out seamlessly, which is super beautiful, and the brush, it doesn't leave any streak marks, which is amazing, and that is expected from the price point of this foundation. It isn't disappointing me on any fronts, but I do believe that if I apply moisturizer under this, I will be even more in love with this foundation, just because, you know, like I mentioned already, I like that kind of a little bit more radiant a finish and nothing too one-dimensional. At this point, I do look quite one-dimensional, so yeah, I'm just gonna apply the concealer on top of my face, and after that I will kind of proceed to doing the rest of my makeup, and I'll check back in. Okay, so that's how the final face looks like, and yeah, I used a little bit more of the concealer just to do a little bit of contouring, but yeah, everything looks really beautiful. It's set down, and once it sets down, it doesn't kind of shift around when you blend additional product on top. So I must say that I'm really pleased with it as of now. What's my hair doing? It's like a weird loop or something like that. So anyway, this is my morning check-in, and I will do an evening check-in to see how well this has lasted. I think I'm going out for quite a long day, so we'll really give this a thorough test, both the concealer as well as the foundation. So yeah, not much else to add. I'll just check back in when I get back. So I'm back from a pretty long day, and yeah, this is how everything looks like. As expected, it's gonna look a lot more skin-like as the oil starts to seep through, and also today was a really hot day, so yeah, all this is just, you know, a combination of humidity and sweat, and my hair is super messy. But yeah, I think that this held up really well. The concealer is just looking so good, and I feel like a lot of the times after a long day my mascara kind of wears down onto the concealer, but I found that, you know, it didn't really do that, and also my under eyes are still concealed, and it's really quite full coverage, I must say. And the foundation obviously looks great. I think I didn't mention this in the beginning, but when I applied the foundation, it does have fragrance to it, so if anyone who is particularly sensitive to anything that has fragrance, you might want to try it, do a patch test or something like that, or get a sample before actually committing to the whole bottle, which is, like I mentioned, a luxury product, so it's really expensive. But yeah, I think overall everything looks really good, and it is living up to its name being an all hours foundation. So yeah, I'll definitely recommend this if you're looking for a luxury foundation. But yeah, let me know if you guys want a side-by-side review on the YSL, the current foundation I have, the YSL All Hours Foundation, and the Urban Decay All Nighter Foundation. I think those two have similar claims, and people might want to compare the two together, so let me know if you want a comparison video on that. So yeah, not much else to add, and if you guys want any other details or you have any other questions, do leave them in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to get back to you. So without further rambling, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!